Just to prove to you guys that just watch the SmackDown NXT video, I'm not lying. My throat was dry, so thought I'd take care of it. Told you guys I live on frozen lemonade, like you've seen in my profile picture. So, yeah, there's always that. Sir Disney back here again, and literally an hour and 22 minutes before the kickoff to Money in the Bank's pay-per-view tonight, will be live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ECW country. And I thought I'd shoot you guys a really short video here. This is going to be an hour long. I'll go as quick as I can, and we will talk about the pay-per-view for tonight. So, I'm going to give you, just like I do with prediction videos, I'm going to give you my prediction, who possibly could win, and who is the dark horse that most likely won't win, but he's still, or she's still, a possibility to win. So, let's talk about the first match of the evening. It is the kickoff match, which will involve the WWE Tag Team Championships, as the Shield members Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will defend against the tag team of Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. So, given the fact this is on the pre-show, you'd think that that means there wouldn't be a championship changing. You'd be wrong. Obviously, if we go back to WrestleMania, you remember that The Miz beat Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship on the pre-show to WrestleMania. So, anything could possibly happen when they go live on YouTube and the WWE app and all other medias at 7:30. So, couldn't see that happen. Alright, the Shield have been on a tear lately. But you have to understand that the Usos have been pushed to the stars. They've been getting a lot of victories. They destroyed the primetime players. They beat the Rhodes Scholars. And they, of course, won this in a number one contenders match. They won this shot also defeating the Tons of Funk. So they've gone through all the teams you possibly could go through, except for the Shield. Well, you have to understand that the Usos and Christian beat the Shield in a six-man tag on SmackDown a few weeks ago. So the Usos are definitely in the driver's seat. However, you have to look at the fact that the Shield have been unstoppable lately, but only two tandems have stopped them in a six-man tag. And no, Will, I'm not talking about the fact that The Undertaker beat Dean Ambrose. No. I'm talking about in a six-man tag, the only two teams that have stopped them were a Super Team and the Usos and Christian. Anyway, and the Super Team, of course, be Dan O'Brien, Randy Orton, and Sheamus. So, basically, there's always that. Via WWE logic, the Usos looked really, really vulnerable on SmackDown. With Rollins getting the win and Roman Reigns laying out Jimmy Uso on the floor and basically raising the tag team championships in the air. That's why I'm not sure what to say about this match. First off, you think about the fact that you have the Shield have been dominant, the Usos are being pushed, so that brings me to this. My prediction is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. The Usos could win. They easily could win. But don't get it twisted. If the Usos win, they're keeping the belts warm until they give them to Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I know you're telling me, oh, and the Wyatt family just debuted on Monday. Doesn't matter. They're an established tag team. Maybe the fact that they're established from NXT, that was standing. Basically, they're an established tag team. And basically, they have to get the belts back on heels. So, yeah. There's all of that. My prediction, Shield wins. The Usos could possibly win. My dark horse prediction for this is it's a no contest when the Wyatt family attacks both teams. So any of those three things could happen. So that's how we're going to go with this. So my official prediction is the Shield via pinfall. Actually, that's my 4-down prediction. The Usos could win, but if they win, they're keeping the belts warm for the Wyatt family. And the dark horse prediction is the fact that they give the Wyatts an attack on both teams to put them in the tag team title picture, whether anybody likes it or not. And of course, I love it because I love the Wyatt family right off the get-go. So there's that. Alright, So let's talk about Chris Jericho and Ryback. Okay, so Jericho defeated the Intercontinental Champion Curtis Axel 2 times. On Raw, he pinned him. On SmackDown, he beat him via countout. Ryback has lost a lot lately. I mean, he struggled to beat Justin Gabriel, to be totally honest. And that's not nothing against Justin Gabriel. It's just Justin Gabriel has not been booked the best. Even though he'd be awesome if they actually would do something with him, because he's awesome in the ring. And Ryback also suffered a loss to The Miz via referee stoppage when Miz basically did that shoulder stunner, and he did it to the knee instead of the shoulder, and sure enough, Ryback's like, forget it, I'm done. Call the bell. So, Ryback has to win this match. Has to win this match. If he doesn't win this match, basically you stomp this out. Okay. Prediction. Ryback wins. Could Jericho win? Maybe, but good money's not on it. My dark horse is Vicky Guerrero comes out and costs Jericho the match. Obviously, Jericho's had a lot of bad things to say against females in higher power in the WWE history. Stephanie McMahon and then Vicky Guerrero. So I think that might start it. Or maybe she could, when she facilitates the win on Raw, she comes out with Ryback and everything's great. Obviously, Vince is somebody that is a proponent of Vicky and the other McMahons, and I call Triple H a McMahon because technically he is. When it comes down to it, he's by association, so it works. So Triple H and Stephanie don't like Vicky. Vince does. Linda's not coming back on television anytime soon. Neither is Shane, much to my dismay, much to all of our dismays. So yeah, that's what I think's going to happen. My prediction is Ryback by pinfall. Jericho could possibly steal it, but it's going to be a tough sell if Ryback loses. And my other prediction is, like I said, the dark horse prediction is what happens when Vicky costs Jericho the match. Like, somehow distracts him, and that leads to Vicky and Ryback officially working together starting tomorrow night on Raw. Okay. Curtis Axel and The Miz. Everyone knows I'm a Miz fan. I really am. Not a very favorable opinion, I understand that, but still, I'm a Miz fan. I'm a Joe Hennig fan. And I really want them to see them do something with Joe Hennig. And I like the Curtis Axel name. It's starting to grow on me. I like his association with Paul Heyman, but they have not done anything with it yet. Not nearly what they could have done. I mean, they start off his first matches beating Triple H. Let's count out, but still. He beat Triple H. He goes after Punk, and he goes after Cena, and it's just like, well, actually not Punk. He went after Cena, then he went after Punk later, but actually, he's not really going after Punk. He's kind of like aligning himself with Punk, so yeah. I get confused sometimes. Anyway, what I think will happen in this match, Axel retains. He needs to win. He lost to Jericho twice, and he obviously has got to get his heat back. He'll beat The Miz. If The Miz is going to win the Intercontinental Championship, it's going to be at SummerSlam. I'm pretty sure. You play up the fact that even though Miz is from Cleveland, and we play that up all the time, given the fact that Miz came from reality television, came from Hollywood, so needless to say, him winning in Los Angeles at SummerSlam isn't a bad idea, so that's what I'm going to go with. My prediction in this match is Curtis Axel. Could The Miz win? Yeah. I could win by countout or disqualification. He's not pinning Curtis Axel. I don't see Axel losing via pinfall to The Miz. What my dark horse for this is, I think how I want to word this. There really isn't a dark horse for this, honestly. When it comes down to it, it's either going to be, well, the rightful conclusion is to have Axel retain. The Miz, if he wins, it's by countout or disqualification. So, not really going to get much shine out of a countout or DQ win, but I guess. Given the fact that when The Miz loses, I say we transition to Jericho and Axel at SummerSlam, maybe. If you want to go that direction. I mean, if The Miz loses tonight, if he gets like a countout or disqualification win, which is the only way he's going to win this match, then he beats Axel at SummerSlam. If not, and The Miz loses decisively, which very well easily could happen, I say we Jericho Axel at SummerSlam. Again, I don't have a problem with either of this. The problem is, I think Jericho is actually going to be gone for SummerSlam, so obviously Jericho's not good. This will be his last pay-per-view before he goes on tour with Fozzy for a while. So, yeah. Jericho wins, loses to Ryback, and when he comes back, he has beef with Curtis Axel, so we'll go there. Alright. Now, you're eating frozen lemonade on screen. Sorry. For those of you that don't know about my Crystal Light drinking game, yeah, that's how it works. So, let's talk Divas Championship. AJ Lee defending against Caitlyn. Okay, right off the get-go, AJ's winning. AJ's going to tap Caitlyn out again tonight. I don't see a way around it. Could Caitlyn win? Yeah, possibly. But I also could see Caitlyn maybe beating AJ up so much that the referee disqualifies her. That's a possibility, too. Caitlyn will win the Divas Championship from AJ Lee, and I think it'll happen at SummerSlam in a gimmick match of sorts. Now, they're treating AJ and Caitlyn as WWE's version of the spectacular women's matches we've been seeing on TNA with Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell. Of course, Vince would never admit that to anyone, but that's the case. That's the real truth here, folks. So, Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell had a last knockout standing match, then they had a ladder match, so not to be outdone, you're going to see it get really physical tonight, and I say we see a hardcore stipulation match of some sort at SummerSlam with AJ finally losing the Divas Championship to her former BFF, Caitlyn. So, that's going to be my prediction for that. AJ wins. God, this is so hard. World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank contract. We have Damien Sandow, we have Cody Rhodes, we have Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro, we have Fandango, Wade Barrett, and the current United States champion, Dean Ambrose. Okay. I'm going to talk about this from this perspective. Alright. Who won't win? Well, I think we can eliminate both the Rhodes Scholars and the Real Americans because they cancel each other out. And before Cesaro aligned himself with Zeb Coulter and his militia, I think that it would have been a foregone conclusion. I would have said Cesaro as my winner. As a matter of fact, I had 3 winners in this match, and now it's down to 1. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, you eliminate 4 right off the top. So, it's down to Ambrose, Fandango, and Wade Barrett. Alright? Well, Dean Ambrose isn't gonna win because he's the United States champion. And he's gonna be facing Christian at SummerSlam if all reports are true. And I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be. Okay, so we're down to 2. And I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say your winner of Money in the Bank finally is going to be Wade Barrett. And I don't have a problem with this. Who could win? God, it's a toss-up. Any of those guys could win. My dark horse is Fandango, given the fact that he's not a babyface, but he's the closest thing they have in this match. I know that's... But then again, it's Philly, so any of these guys are babyfaces, so the crowd is going to be different than it would be any other place. So, basically, the Philly crowd is going to root for the heels, obviously, so this match is going to be really big. And I think that any of these superstars could possibly win. From a perspective of this, I'm going to say Swagger's not winning for sure, because he's in the doghouse and probably will be for quite a while. They don't want to pull the trigger on Damien Sandow for whatever reason, so he's out. Cody Rhodes could possibly win if they're going to turn him face. And I think a face turn for Cody Rhodes is probably happening sooner rather than later. But if you're going to go face, shave that caterpillar off your face, please. You look like George Harvey. So, no, you don't look like a 70s porn star. You don't look like Joey Ryan. Sorry, Will, but he's just a creepy pencil-thin mustache. Clark Gable, you are not, sir. So, Cody's not winning. So, Ambrose doesn't need the win. He's U.S. champion. But him winning would help the Shield if the Shield were to lose to the Usos tonight. Or if the Shield wins over the Usos tonight. That means that it would further the dominance of the Shield. I don't have a problem with that, but he does not need the briefcase. They were supposed to give the briefcase to Barrett right before SummerSlam, right before he got hurt, and have him challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. I I think that's still the plan. Antonio Cesaro would have been my win if it wasn't for the fact that he is aligned with Zeb Coulter, and I don't see two members of a tag team winning Money in the Bank. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm going to go with. So, Fandango would be a nice upset, but I don't know how it would work. So, Wade Barrett's your winner of Money in the Bank. Barrett wins. I'm going to say Cesaro could win, and I say your dark horse is Fandango. So, yeah, that's probably not a very liked response from me, but oh well, I'm not trying to please everyone. So, talk about uncertainty. WWE title, Money in the Bank contract. The returning Rob Van Dam, Christian, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, and Randy Orton. Okay. All of these superstars have competed in at least one Money in the Bank match. I believe Christian's completed several. Bryan's won. Van Dam has won. Punk has won 2. And the rest have competed in Money in the Bank. Alright. It seems likely, with the way everything's going lately, you're going to give Money in the Bank, deservingly so, to Daniel Bryan. I don't have an issue with this, but Bryan is at a point in his career where he doesn't really need the case. He could still get that match against Cena. There's obviously a way that we can build towards his WWE Championship match. Like, all you have to do is have him attack John Cena and sign after the match is over, and then, boom, we got a match. But I don't want to do that because I don't want Bryan to turn heel. He's so over right now, you need to capitalize on his overness with the crowd and keep him a babyface. You don't need to turn Daniel Bryan heel. And people are not going to boo Daniel Bryan, so there's always that. Well, let's look at the people in the match. Sheamus wins, he's going to turn heel. Randy Orton wins, he's definitely going to turn heel. Christian wins, be interesting. But, unfortunately, I'm not going to go with that. Punk doesn't need it. And I really think, and there's like rumors, like whispers that Brock Lesnar could come and cost him Money in the Bank, and I doubt it. I don't think it'll happen. So we're down to Bryan and Punk. Well, Punk, long day. We're down to Bryan and Van Dam. Rob Van Dam won't win because he's been gone for too long, and he needs to build his way back up. Then again, it's possible they'll give Van Dam the win, but he's already been Money in the Bank before, but so has Daniel Bryan. So it's kind of a catch-22, so what do you do? Now, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion Daniel Bryan's going to win this, so I'm going to give it to Daniel Bryan. He deserves it, he's going to win. And he's going to cash into John Cena, and he's going to beat John Cena, and it's going to be awesome. Because Daniel Bryan will be WWE Champion, and that's going to be amazing. So, you've got that. Now, who could possibly win? Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam could possibly win. And again, I wouldn't have a problem if Van Dam wins, but I don't think it's time yet. I don't think that Van Dam's coming in to win. I think Van Dam's coming in to lose. Obviously, he's going to lose. And there's the X factor. Is there going to be someone else involved? Is the Wyatt family going to make their presence known because they're the ones who took Kane out of this match? Or is there going to be a 7th participant that we're not thinking about? Maybe a Rey Mysterio or a Kofi Kingston. Possibly the Big Show. Maybe Great Khali. I don't want that to happen, but I mean, I guess. I wouldn't make it. It wouldn't be an all-star match if Khali was the only thing. In fact, he was world champion. I'm not gonna be like the Undertaker or anything like that. I don't think that. So, I don't know. Putting Bray Wyatt in the match had the same effect as basically putting Van Dam in the match. So, I don't know. You could go either way on that. Like I said, Daniel Bryan's my win. The other person that possibly could win is Rob Van Dam. You know what? My dark horse in this match, I'm going to go with, I'm not a big fan of him, but there seemed to be intent to push him, and I'm going to go with Randy Orton. Then again, the thing about it, Randy Orton, no, because Randy Orton stood tall. Randy Orton staying tall at the end of the show does not bode well for him. So, I'm going to say Bryan wins, and the person that possibly could win is Rob Van Dam. And my dark horse for this match is actually going to be Sheamus, so I'm going to go with that. So, that's my prediction. World Heavyweight Championship match, Alberto Del Rio defending against Dolph Ziggler. My winner without a question, Dolph Ziggler. You have all 7 participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship contract are heels. Makes me believe that Del Rio's time at the top is numbered. Can Del Rio retain? Yeah, he could. I say it's going to take a lot, though. But then again, there's more money with Dolph, like, chasing, being a sympathetic babyface. I get that. I get Big Daddy Donnie talking about that on the O Show this week. It makes total sense for Ziggler to chase and get the belt at SummerSlam, maybe. Let Del Rio hold it another month. Could Del Rio win? Yeah, he definitely could. The dark horse for this would possibly be some sort of a count-out or disqualification, maybe. Possibly Sin Cara's involvement. I don't know how that's going to go over. It's kind of funny that I mentioned Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and Dolph Ziggler working together at Survivor Series this year, and then they pulled this on SmackDown. So, yeah, again, someone's listening to these videos. So, yeah, Dolph wins the World Heavyweight Championship like he deserves, and he will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against the winner of Money in the Bank. So, I don't know if Wade. We'll go with it my way. Wade Barrett wins Money in the Bank, wins the World Heavyweight Championship this year. I think maybe they might hold it off. It might happen Survivor Series, possibly Survivor Series. I think if it happens anywhere, it's gonna happen either Survivor Series or they'll do it at the Rumble. So I think that may happen. So there's always that. WWE Championship match: John Cena defending against Mark Henry. I really want Mark Henry to win this match. I really do. Mark Henry is awesome, and he's in the best place in his career. People care about him again, and the fake retirement angle they did on Raw a couple weeks ago, outstanding. It was amazing. And you could really build this, but given the fact Daniel Bryan is pretty much already penciled in, and actually pinned into the point that you can't erase a pin. So Daniel Bryan's already got this spot. And you don't want Daniel Bryan against Mark Henry again. I mean, it worked fine at the Royal Rumble and the little feud he had with both Mark Henry and Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship, but no, not this time. My prediction is John Cena. He showed on Monday that he can't hit the AA on Mark Henry because his leg collapsed. So, of course, his triumphant moment this time, just like when you AA'd Ryback to the top of the ambulance at Payback, that I called, mind you, on this very channel, he's going to AA Mark Henry 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Can Mark Henry win? I wish. I really wish they'd have him win. If Mark Henry wins, he's not leaving with the belt, as much as I hate to say it. If Mark Henry wins, there's going to be a cash-in tonight. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen at all. But it could happen. But then again, you have to look at this from this perspective. John Cena is going to be on, live with Michael and Kelly tomorrow. So, given the fact that he is promoting SummerSlam, I don't think that they would bring him on that show without the WWE Championship. So, John Cena wins, without question. Can Mark Henry win? I wish, but it's not the right time, I guess. Hopefully sometime. My dark horse is this. Cena wins, and Bryan cashes in tonight and turns heel beating John Cena. I don't want that to happen at all. But in Philly, he's going to get treated like a babyface beating John Cena. So you don't do that. You could have Cena get jumped by Bryan after the match is over and do what he did to Punk. But no, I don't think so. So yeah, you keep Daniel Bryan face. You have to keep Daniel Bryan face. So that's my predictions. So let's go do some research here. So my official predictions, without talking about like hopes or dark horses. The Shield retain against the Usos. Ryback beats Chris Jericho. Curtis Axel retains against The Miz. Wade Barrett wins Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan wins Money in the Bank. AJ retains against Caitlyn. John Cena beats Mark Henry. Dolph Ziggler wins the World Heavyweight Championship over Alberto Del Rio. So that is my Money in the Bank prediction. So I'll get these up as soon as I possibly can. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just upload them right now. So you'll have them right before the pay-per-view. So we'll talk Raw on Monday night / Tuesday morning. And until then, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.